welcome back to Divinity Original Sin 2, Definitive Edition. So now we have three people. We found Sibyl, who agreed to join us.
Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you, mate? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means.
Outlaw, tap your dagger and say you'd rather buy directly from her source.
Hey, oh, nice try, Midge. Now, put that shiner away, and I'll shave a little off the top, how about?
Nice. Hey,
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it.
that's
Feel
great.
free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so
+1
inclined.
summoning. That's not bad. Poison arrow. That's quite good. Backslash skill book. Throwing knife. Chloroform. Adrenaline. Toy crossbow. -1 movement, +5 accuracy. A little more damage. And that's a decent armor, but it's way too expensive. Shank.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Resurrection scrolls are quite useful, but also quite expensive. What can we sell for 57 gold? We can sell some food.
Ain't fit for beasts.
The character doesn't actually starve, food is just used for some buffs. So we can get rid of this. Cup of tea, milk, bottle of wine, and I have more wine. Okay, chopfish. It smells like hell, but it tastes like not starving to death. Awesome. You see, like here, egg gives you +1 constitution, and cheese bread gives you 1 constitution and heals 10%. It's really not bad. Okay, let's sell the garlic, potatoes, oranges. Do I already have the oranges for the quest? Let's try to give them back. See what happens. Only 3. Okay, deal. Say you're looking for Grief's missing supplies and ask if she's heard anything.
Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that.
Say you gather she doesn't.
I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots.
Ask if she has any idea who the real culprit might be.
Sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles, would do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots.
Okay.
Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means.
Okay, let's leave her.
Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around, Griff. I'm watching you.
Ask her if she likes what she sees.
Ha! Cheeky. What's your name?
Uh, she says she can call you whatever she wants.
All right, Slick. Haven't seen you around here before. When did you get in?
Say you've been here long enough to know she's the most beautiful woman in the camp. Say you washed up on the beach not too long ago. No, no, no. Option one.
All right, easy now. You seem sweet, but I'm more curious about you than a bunch of cheesy lines.
Look surprised and tell her this is just how you talk. Laugh and apologize. You'll it down a few notches.
Ha! Thank you.
Uh,
Worse than war rations,
Ask if she's been here a long time. Ask her how she got involved with Grief's thugs. She doesn't seem the type for shakedowns and skull bashing. Say she looks strangely familiar. You could swear you've met her before. Well, yeah, let's go for that.
You mean it? Or is that another line of yours? I used to play the harp, you know. Mostly around Arcs, although sometimes we'd travel down to Driftwood. Might be you saw one of my performances.
Okay, let's go for option two.
You think? I was raised by the whip, and I'm not afraid to use one either, especially not in here. Joining up with Griff's the closest thing you can get to security around here. Family, too. Till the Reds take you, anyway.
Say you'd rather find solace with someone special than a gang of thugs.
There's a gap between what we want and what we can have, isn't there? Here more than anywhere else.
Tell her you're dead serious about it, and when you find a way out, she would come with you. Say she's probably right, but there is no sense in giving up just yet. Okay, let's try option one.
She laughs. The sound fills the air like the ringing of a bell.
Now, wouldn't that be something? Look, I have an idea. I know we don't know each other very well, but time is so short and a connection is so rare. If we get out of here, will you meet me again in Arcs?
Ask why you need to wait until you leave this place. Like she said, time is short, and who knows if you'll ever leave. Say absolutely nothing could keep. Say absolutely nothing could keep you from it. Say you'd love to, really, but you have other obligations. Say she's a lovely girl, but you are interested like that. Well, option one.
I have responsibilities here. I can't start running around outside the family. It isn't done. But once we're out of here, none of that will matter. You'll meet me, won't you?
Well, sure.
She leans forward and grazes your cheek with her lips.
Until then.
Wait. Let's try to bottle first. Pin down, ricochet, first aid, and elemental arrowhead. Well, I have all of that.
You forget my name, eh?
Water arrowhead is actually
worse than war rations, these.
also might be useful. Wine. Okay, balance that out with some cash. Cash. Okay, let's go.
Worse than war rations, these.
So we now have a date in Arcs, wherever this is. I think that the first city we'll get to is Driftwood, as far as I remember, and I haven't been any further.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
Say you'd like to discuss your deal.
You already know the terms. Nothing else to...
Okay, so the oranges I have must be different. Okay, this is all considered private property, so we can't take that. Okay, let's go back into the fort and find the rest of our how do we call them? companions, at least possible companions. No, this is already checked. Nibora.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after?
Ask her what she's making, says she seems pretty handy, perhaps she can sell you something useful. Say you are new around here and would like to make her acquaintance. Ask her what she's making.
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something?
Suggest that she let you take some of her wares away for testing, before you decide whether you are worth the gold. Ask what she has for sale, ask how she got her hands on one of these contraptions. They seem pretty dangerous. Okay, let's go for that option.
Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know each other back in the day, you know. Dallas and I. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the Order, she started turning out all manner of oddities.
Ask what she remembers
Oh,
of
I
Dallas.
don't know. She was a sweet soul, quiet, loved her family. Always seemed strong as I recall, but she didn't come across as no fearless military leader back then. She was just a girl. People do change, don't they?
Ask if it was Dallas who invented these god-awful colors.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions?
You sense she knows more than she's letting on. Say your collar is tight and ask if she could loosen it a bit.
For you? Hell no.
That's the issue. She does know how to manipulate them, though. Ask who might be worthy of her services, change the subject and ask to see her wares. Thank her anyway and leave. No, we'll go for option 2.
Worthy is exactly the right word. You know, someone who's proven himself might earn my time of day. Speaking of, you haven't, so buy or shove off.
Let's ask her what she has for
All
sale.
manner of things. Have a look.
Farsight and fear. What is that? Necromancy? No, summoning. Okay. A bronze ring. +1 to earthy rage. More poison arrows. Knockdown arrows. Lockpicks. That is a decent store for this island. Whisperwood, effects unknown, but quite expensive. Okay, for now let's leave. I think the Ifan was here, right?
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Smile and reach out a hand to shake
He
his.
grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
Say that thugs were afraid when he mentioned lone wolves. What are they? An errand? Tell him that sounds slipperier than a void-walking eel. You are keen to get out of here. How does he think that will happen? Say you're pretty comfortable here, sun, sea and sand, this is the good life. This is no time for idle chit-chat. Turn and walk away. Let's ask about lone wolves.
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
Ask him about the errand he mentioned earlier. It sounds highly suspicious.
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
Shrug, we all do what we have to do to survive. Frown, whatever this errand is, you are sure you disapprove. Ask who he is here to kill. Well, option 3.
He shoots you a flinty look, all teeth and peril.
Lone wolves only share such information with friends. Are we going to be friends?
Yeah.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
Wayfarer. So here's a crossbow. Yeah, okay,
Can do.
fine.
Onwards.
He
Settles.
scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead.
Okay, let's see what he has. Crossbow, toy crossbow.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Well, standard. Wait, how much healing potions do I have? Let's give you a couple. And Sibyl. A couple. And Red Prince also. Okay.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Sharp Rock.
Stay down, you!
You almost cut yourself handling this rock. If only you could cut the others with it. Wait. No, that's not what I need. Painting of Lucian.
The divine himself, Lucian. Shrine's turned into a memorial, it seems.
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods.
Notice the baton with the more described and press its worn surface. Bow your head and offer a silent prayer to Lucian. Scoff at the shrine's presence in the disparate place. Well, let's go for option 1.
You hear a strange sound, like rusted hinges creaking and air rushing through a tunnel. A hatch appears behind the shrine.
Shrine by the looks of it.
He has spoken! Lucian! The eternal prayer! It worked!
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine.
Hatch appears behind the shrine.
Hello? You gonna pray all day, buddy?
This one? Okay. Let's save. Path of the Soul. Secret passage led to a dungeon below the fort. Okay. Empty. Okay, this one is not empty. Okay, that's better than the one I have. At wares. Let's take a look around. And we got more experience points. When are we gonna get a level? Oh, down here, okay. 74%. Waypoint discovered. So please stay here.
That face, it's almost familiar, like a long faded memory.
Reach out your hand allows a single drop of water to land upon your
The droplet
palm.
burns both hot and cold, and yet you feel no pain. You step towards the flow, desiring more, wanting desperately for it to take you, and darkness envelops you.
Well, are not going anywhere for now. Money. Ethan, do you have money? No. Okay. Well-worn chest. Trousers, sharp rock, sheets of paper. Slightly better than mine. Okay. Sibyl, you don't have any. And the wares. Okay. Let's move on. It's locked. Okay, we'll come back.
It's broken.
Well, we can attack actually. Not sure if it's a good idea. No, not Ethan. Red Prince, go. Well, it will take a while. How about we burn that? No? Okay. Using a sword to break through a... Ooh, that's not good. Knife on a stick. No, not that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's try to do some weapons. We have sharp piece of metal, a needle, and a long branch. No? If we remove the needle, we get primitive harpoon. Nice. What else do we have? Needle, arrow shaft, water arrowhead. I think we can create a water arrow. Yes. Okay. Bowstring, short stick. How about short stick and a needle? No. I had sharp knife, right? Sharp rock. Here we go. Sharp stone on a stick. And if we replace... Well, we don't have anything more useful, so... First of all, weapons. Primitive harpoon. Is it one-handed? No. You need your shield. Primitive harpoon. Oh. Okay, so there is something behind the door. Or someone, I'd say. Who might not like me breaking in. And down. Okay, now let's change our weapon. Set per... Did we use that? No. Okay, let's go in. Holding cells. There is a red here. Come on. Can we pick the lock? Ooh, actually happened. Nice. Crafty weaponry, wands and staves. Is this a book? A sorcerer muses on how the combination of magical elements and the sheath, a club, a stick, or a bow may provide him with a makeshift wand. Provides stuff. Uh, this one. A long branch and a shell. Improvised wand. Okay. Short stick and any cutting tool we can get an arrow shaft. Okay. Your weapon is not... Probably yours. Durability 5 of 20. Okay, so bows and crossbows don't have durability for some reason. Interesting cell. Yeah, we don't need to sleep, so let's move. Zilik. Vasnya. I don't know if we need to talk to these people. Or should I just get a quest first to get to talk to them? Verdos.
Please.
Oh, there are people there. So we are definitely leaving. For now. We'll come back later. If I don't forget about you. But right now, let's leave this place. Okay.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh, Lossie.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Cribbles de Pube. And you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
Say you're not sure. You fell into the water and were nearly lost. Say you tried to make a run for the boat, but you didn't make it. The rest is blurry. Well, option 1 is
Me
fine.
too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean.
No, tell her there was a strange voice. It seemed to want you to survive. Avoid answering. Ask if she heard something unusual. Lie and say you didn't. You're a strong swimmer, though you made it to shore all right. Um, option 2.
No. I mean, not more unusual than usual. It's just, I thought maybe you...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks.
Gently call out to her and ask if she is alright. Slowly approach and shake her shoulder. Leave her be. Option 2.
Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Dark pupils dilated into great black void. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Frowned and asked why she's acting so strangely.
Ah, it's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit, well, a bit hospitable.
I tell her she's going to have to elaborate.
Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
Ask her who or what she was hosting a few moments ago. Ask her how many beans she is hosting at the moment. Well, option 1.
Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Say the magisters hold you in. Something about being a danger to yourself and society. Say you heard the accommodation was exceptional and had to see for yourself. Say it'd be all the more enjoyable if you had someone to get the lay of the land with. Option 2.
So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
That sounds like a good idea.
It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be?
Enchanter. Yeah, fine.
Sounds fine. So, we're good to go?
Okay.
Yeah? Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe another time, when you're a bit more on the lonely side.
So we can only have a party of 4. I can probably
Till then.
leave Ethan. Where is he? Here.
As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
Although he has a quest here, which could be interesting. Last time I played, he died before I could do anything with him, so... Say you're curious about him, can you ask a question?
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for all the world like a wild animal caught in the...
Well, why not? Go ahead.
One sorcerer to another. Wonder what Ethan thinks of the Divine Order. Change the subject, or eyeing his hand resting casually on his weapon. Ask how many contracts Ethan has fulfilled. Well, option 1.
Ifan begins counting on his fingers and muttering to himself. This goes on for
43, give or take.
Raise your eyebrows and tell him that's far more people than you've killed. Yeah, sure.
Ifan nods ruefully and barks a laugh.
It's not a competition. It's my job. What else do you want to know?
Change the subject. Wonder about the little errand he mentioned.
Ifan shrugs off his backpack and reaches into its depths. After rummaging around, he holds out a tattered page to you, upon which you can see a broken wax seal in the shape of a wolf's paw.
Have a read of my contract and find out.
Benmest, your target is none other
I don't
than
feel
Divine
so
Bishop
good.
Alexander, leader of the Divine Order. Get close and show our benefactor why the Silver Claw is the most feared amongst all the lone wolves. For some aid with your mission, seek Magister Boris in the ghetto. Speak out motto, Glechu Dumar, to identify yourself. Maybe the moonlight, may the moonlight your tracks roost and long. Okay,
So, time to find this Boris fellow.
Magister Boris, I think it was. Um, Jeth. Buro, Kana, the Red Prince, Ifan.
Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
Beam with excitement and say, "We are killing Alexander." Tell him it means you don't want a killer in your party. Smirk and wonder what would happen if you were to tell a magister. Say that you don't want to talk about it. Well, option 2.
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. It's my contract, but you can come along for the ride.
Nod, it won't be easy, but you'll help. Raise your eyebrows so you'll watch him succeed from a safe distance. Tell him he is crazy, you don't want to travel together with after all. No, option 1.
Good to know. And likewise, with whatever errands of your own you have.
Okay. His contract is Magister Boris. Okay. Penny bun mushroom. For the healing potion. Nice.
Clara, she ain't coming back.
Okay, so we've gone long enough, and we'll have to continue next time. Thank you for watching, good luck, and have fun playing.